As we already spoke earlier with Andre, in many of our videos, you're not gonna see just topics about twin flames. Because that's the ultimate purpose of a twin flame union. We come up with uh, thousands and thousands of downloads, and the deeper we go, the more we understand how little we actually know and what particle of the things we are only aware of. And that's why many of the topics that will come on our channel in the near future and in the further future, I hope, will not be only related with the twin flame topic directly, but they are a result of our twin flame union communication and daily basis of living together. And so today I would like to expand something on when do we know we are close to the balanced state in terms of how we imagine it to be. Because in reality, we are always balanced, we are just not aware of it. That's how the universe works. So if we tend to put our energy more on the yang, for example, it will compensate with taking out uh, something from the yin, um, which is the material, for instance. um, it is a very common thing that happens for many people, that when they tap into the spirituality topic in their lives, they start to suffer financially. And that's a very natural state of automatic self-balancing, because we focus more on the yang. So we have to take out to step back from the yin so that we are on the same scale. And the same way things work in every single thing, every single time in the universe. But the human perception of balance is, let's say, pretty much equal amounts of yin and yang energy in our lives, of both the yin yang symbol, the dark and light, so that they more like the scale is more on the even state. Anyways, how we know that we are close to this state? I would like to share with you an experience that we had last year with Andre, and we are planning to repeat it. And actually, the book that he is working on is based to a very big extent on this concept. What we did last year is we spent 3 days without speaking to each other verbally and without technology. And there is something very interesting. There were a lot of interesting things happening, but I'm gonna just share the one most important thing, which will actually serve as an idea when we are more close to this balanced state as per the human perception. And we all live nowadays in a state of time is speeding up, right? I'm sure we all have experienced it at certain time, and perhaps it is getting worse and worse the more time passes and the more we are approaching the Aquarius age. We are actually stepping already in it, and that makes things even faster, because the Aquarius is a very strong yang energy, and we are coming out from the yin energy of Pisces, which was making time quite slow. And so now we are speeding up super fast. But to be honest with you, this is not a very natural process, what is happening right now, because it is a result of multiple events and things we have introduced in our lives. And a big part of that is speaking and technology, especially the last bit. So when we spend these 3 days without technology, without speaking verbally to each other, which saves a ton of energy, we're actually wasting time and energy by even having, let's say, the Wi-Fi network on around us, or um, tapping onto the phone, which everybody does on a daily basis nowadays. Probably just my grandmother's generation is not so much affected still, but even that generation already is perhaps 50% of them quite affected already. And it happened as fast as the first day. Until we reached the afternoon, the time already slowed down so much that all of a sudden we had time for everything. Until then, our mind couldn't process how we can do all the things we had in mind to do, because we were working on quite a few projects at the same time for a while now, and we just couldn't process how to fit everything together. And all of a sudden, just for a few hours, our concept of things totally transformed. We were all of a sudden being able to see things more clearly, more patiently, and we could make a proper plan of what to do first and what to do next without feeling anxious about all this, about all the projects that we had ahead of us. And I can tell you that until the end of the third day, this became, the sensation of all this became so good. We felt absolutely in peace within, just for 3 days. It was not even 3 24 hours. It was 3 days, and on the fourth day, early in the morning, we started speaking and using technology. And the moment we tapped, especially on the technology, all this went away within just a few minutes. Can you imagine that? If you do really have the chance to try that, I really highly recommend it. It's indeed one of a lifetime experience. And I can tell that the most difficult part is to actually stick to that experience later on. Because when we are speaking, we are spending a lot of energy and our time just starts to go away. And maybe that was also a part of the reason that we were not making that many videos lately, and we are just coming back now. Because with so many projects ahead of us, we could not afford to spend time on speaking. Because when you spend time on speaking, perhaps speaking is one of the most time consuming things. And when you spend time on speaking, you just don't spend time, you spend energy, you spend your prana. You spend the peace of your mind. You spend your state of balance and feeling calm.